in the game. So hell to the dip, no stress in my veins. Post on X, GM fam, let's rise. Let's worry as we reach in the skies. Good morning on X, we're tweeting the truth. Grinding in web, the blockchain, the proof. From the water to the moon, we holding it strong. Rest of the road to riches, sing the crypto song. Gas fees low, yeah, we're moving with ease. Layer 2 solutions, breezing the seas. Minting new tokens, community tight. Web dreaming, we working all night. Say GM to the fam, positivity spread. Crypto's the future, fiat's long dead. From Solana to Ed, we're building the way. Rasta in the code, yeah, guide us today. Yeah. I revive run the blockchain secure. Decentralized, world of vision so pure. No bank, no boss, just peer to peer. With the dream, I'm working all life. X keep us linked, the signal so clear. Tweeting GM, loud, let the whole world hear. Yo, yeah, yeah. Oh, good morning, all X, we're tweeting the truth. Grinding in web, the blockchain, the proof. From the water to the moon, we holding it strong. What's the road to riches in the crypto song? So wake up on the grind, don't stop. Web first the way, we're reaching the top. Good morning, on X, let's keep it real. Crypto's the fire, just love we feel. Yeah, yeah. One love, one chain, one dream. When forever we reign supreme. Yeah, what's the ticker? Yeah, what's the ticker? Where's it at? What is the ticker? Where's it at? I got crypto in the bag, send the CA in the chat. Gonna ape another fat. Got a runner on the map, Solana sniping like a cat. And the Sobe is moving quickly, I'm the squeezing where they at. I'm trying to bring the Mimquins back, 1,000X is gonna land. I got it chilling in the back, and the gas fees are gonna slap. Where's the ticker? Where's it at?
All right. I see you. Good morning, Tic. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. Uh, the live stream is up in the Jumbotron. Welcome, everybody on the YouTube.
Good
Welcome,
morning.
everybody on X stream, the live stream on the visuals with us. Thank you for stopping by. We're going to have a little bit more people in the room a little later. And obviously, if not, people are melting. I don't know about you guys, but it's hot here.
Yes.
Brutally hot. Truth wants to come to stage as well. It's brutally hot, but the market is just as hot, right? I mean, if you're not seeing what I see, I don't know what you're doing. T, good morning. Are you
Good
able to hear
morning.
me?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. I'm all set, dialed in. I was just making sure that the stream was all set up.
Yes. So let's just go through. Let's just say good morning to Truth right there and to Coach Truth. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning to you,
Good
Wild. Good morning to
morning.
you, Tick.
Are you
What
Um,
melting
up?
as
Good to
well?
see you, man.
yes, it's too bloody hot here. Yeah, I wanted to jump in, man, because it has been a little while since I've been in one of these, Wild.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I've been in a lot since. You've helped me expand my confidence into jumping into many spaces, so I
Yes, my
just
God.
really appreciate that.
Yes. Good. I'm seeing you moving around, butterflying around. That's what you should be doing, right? Having fun, being
Yeah.
in spaces,
You don't want to
getting the
be
alpha.
seeing this, like coming to the same space all the time and just, being around the same group of people. It's Wilder and I were just talking about that, me kind of like expanding my engagement, the group of people that I'm reaching out to, instead of it being the same people all the time, kind of like expanding that. And same thing going into different spaces as well.
Absolutely. I still go into different spaces just because I host this space doesn't mean I'm not in any of the other spaces. I am very
What's the
much there.
ticker, Maxi?
I'm on
Just
What's a Ticket Maxi.
for your
Well,
own
I'm
for your
the
own
What's
show.
a Ticket Maxi. Yeah. Coach, good morning. How are you?
GM, everybody.
GM.
It's
GM
great
coach.
weather, huh?
Oh yeah, dude.
It's
It's
It's great
great,
nice.
but
weather
it's
to be on
killing
the
me.
beach. Oh my God.
I've been I've
Yes.
been I've been working all day,
Mm,
so I just got outside for a minute, and oh
yeah.
God, it's summer now.
Yeah. It's like you're walking into a wall.
That sounds exactly like that, and the air is just so wet, like up here where we are. Oh God,
Yeah, humid. Yeah, it's humid.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you let me, I would just show you something fast.
Chill, chill. Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
What's
So
up?
so it's a fresh thing launched today, and devs are verified. You know, I don't bring any BS. I still work with Fartcoin and all that, but today was launched
Wait, where are we
Applehead.
going? Where are we
So
going? Right?
so it's
What game?
it's Sui, of course.
Oh, Suey. So we need a raid X. There we go. Yeah.
Uh, just right now got an amazing dip at a 37K. We launched, and of course we ran it up nicely. I think we did 60 70K, and yeah, we're right now at 37.
All
I
right.
guess it's a perfect time to ape in.
Ouch.
Devs are experienced in the space. First launch on Sui, so I'm just helping them out. They're from
Yeah.
my country,
Oh,
and yeah, I've been in VCs with them, and like
what's
What's the
the
ticker?
ticker?
Applehead,
I'm like, bro. Okay.
Applehead,
What?
Okay.
What is it?
Yeah,
Applehead.
that was the longest
Applehead.
build up of my life. Okay, so
Yeah.
Applehead is the ticker. I'm trying to search it on Raiden. There we go. Is it
Oh, is it
APHD? The
APHD? There's only one.
Exactly, that's the one.
That's kind of backwards. They should have made the ticker APHD.
Mm.
Anyway, that's weird.
Where
I
does it
will.
come from? What is the story behind this? Because that's a ticker.
So, it's a cat that they really have
I
in
see.
real life, and it's two
Okay.
brothers, twins, uh, and yeah, they basically launched it. They have launched it before, if I'm correct, but I need to clarify those things. Don't want to give any false
Yeah,
information in
yeah,
here.
yeah,
But yeah, they've been in different chains before. Recently, just on Solana, and yeah, the guys just got tired of giving their money away, so they moved to Sui and are building their network now in here. Devis Doxed has 12K followers in LinkedIn.
yeah. Hmm.
Definitely check out their website, our website. It's dope. We have tech people on board, and yeah, I guess we can make some money here.
Okay. Yeah. So what? So all I understand about it is it's a couple guys that have a cat in real life, and then they wanted to make a token about it. Is that it? Hold on. Let me see.
It's still it's very very early. I'm just after this space gonna jump on a video call with them and just get like all the information that I need to pass on.
And then
Uh,
okay, so on the website, let's see, real world utility. So let me see, symbol of transformation. I'm sure their website actually looks nice. You said that they've got some
Yeah,
tech
they.
people
I
on the
also
team.
see they. Where did they launch though?
on Moonbags.
Moonbags also. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see it now. Yeah, yep.
Which yeah, the graphics and stuff on the website are actually
Hmm.
phenomenal. Really good marketing and
All
web
right, I'm
development
gonna
here.
put it on the watch list
And it's a few
because we
people
need
in
to.
the yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, you need to. I put a lots of Sui stuff on the watch list if I have not taken a position already. I mean, is hold on. Let me check because Fartcoin is suddenly doing very well as well.
Hell
Well,
yeah, dude. We knew that was coming.
Yeah,
we're
man.
making silent moves. We are
Yeah.
connecting with the right people, and
Yes.
yeah, things are
Yeah.
working.
Yes.
I've got
Yes.
a liquidity pool. I joined the liquidity pool on turbos,
Turbos, right?
and bro, even if you have it's I did the math, and the yield is something like over 2.5% per day. I think it's like almost 3% per day. Per
Yeah.
day. That's like
Per day.
It sounds
that's
not too
insane.
bad, right?
3%
That's
per
not. Look.
day.
That's a lot, right? That
That's
adds
a
up. I mean,
yeah.
for doing nothing, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right?
For just
That's
clicking.
not selling. That's just you don't have to sell on
Yes.
the chart. You're all you're doing
Yeah.
is yielding
Yeah.
fees off the transactions, and so like it's brilliant. I'm like if I'm just buying and holding something like this, it's kind of like I want to buy and hold for a little while with Fartcoin, because I feel like this actually has some wheels to it. I'm not saying that any other project doesn't, but Fartcoin is exceptional in every freaking way, dude. Fartcoin on Solana, it's sitting at is it at 1.2 billion today or something?
1.1, I think.
Phew, bro, like yeah, so that you don't there's not much that needs to be said about Fartcoin, and Fartcoin on Sui is just such a bullish ticker in my opinion. I'm like obsessed with it. I think it's amazing. And it
Well, just everybody who's listening in, never invest into CAs or tickers, but the team behind. That's really the best advice I can give.
yeah,
And we've been now grinding for 2 weeks and really making moves and not really focusing at all about the price action. I have all my back staked, so I have no idea what is going on in my wallet.
exactly.
So
Right. And that's the way it should
that's
be. And if enough
yeah.
people have that sort of like method and
Yes.
approach to it, then the chart just there is no chart. It just keeps going up. You know what I mean? There's not the same
Yeah, well, at
and
one point it will gather some momentum, right? And it's just
yeah.
waiting for the momentum. And what the biggest momentum all these coins on Sui are waiting for is for Sui to break the resistance. When Sui breaks that resistance, everybody will be on there aping, and that happened 4 times already over the last year and a half. It's just going to happen again. You have these intervals where it just slows down and people, stop believing, and we all know it. It happens with Bitcoin
Yes.
too,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So we cannot just be like bullish all the time, right?
No,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
just how it works. I mean, it's all a big social movement, and right now, when you look at the social interest, just a couple of days ago, someone shared me a chart. Social interest is at all time lows. There is no retail right now.
That's
yeah,
Only
funny.
the OGs are left.
exactly. Yeah.
That's ironic. Yeah, and that's gonna
So what
flip.
does it tell us, right? Tell us we should take our positions
Mm-hmm.
and look, if you're
And be
sitting
early.
with your if you're sitting, you're doing it wrong. If you're sitting with your $50 and you need these $50 to be $100 tomorrow, you're in the wrong game. You're in the wrong time in the market to be doing that. You're gonna get
Yeah.
wrecked.
Yeah.
That when it's
Maybe a
full
year
blown
ago.
alt season, you can go with your $50 and just go ahead, flip it left and right.
Five
The
exit.
most exits are made by the people who have $50 to spare. Don't need it tomorrow. Park it somewhere. I know what will happen, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And then these bags will do the job. And then meanwhile, you can do adding to a liquidity pool. You could stake it, whatever, for
Yeah.
something to make you some money, a little something, little snack, a little candy in the meantime,
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. Yeah, yeah,
right?
yielding.
But
Yeah.
this is the way. Yeah, that liquidity farming is such a good way
Yeah.
for right now in the bear market. Don't do this right in the bull.
Yeah, because then
There's
you're
no
gonna
staking in the bull.
yeah, because then
The
you can't
APR.
sell. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it doesn't make
Well,
sense. It's a
yeah.
lot lower than what you'd be making if you're selling
Yeah,
and taking
right.
profit.
But in the bear market, yeah. But the coach is so correct. 70% of retail of people in crypto leave crypto in the bear market, and they are gonna come back FOMOing in on tops that we already bought. Right, we bought
Mm.
floors. So this is just what is inevitably gonna happen. Now, if you try to trade in that bear market, right, to flip things around, like I just said, you're flipping things around with only 30% of the village there, and
Yep.
Mm.
it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be a hard time.
On
Yeah.
Sui, it's really like that because we have
Yeah.
our small community, our small family, and we see those same 30 people rotating in and out of
Oh
coins,
yeah. Yeah.
and then there's so much work in the background to
Look, coach.
onboard new people and whales, and then what we see right now happening is that we're getting quite regularly those little pumps where whales
Oh
are
yeah.
just entering, and actually that gives all the Jeets a possibility to rotate out, which is
Yes,
very healthy for us, you know.
it
So
is. But
so
I
it's
saw this happen in October hardcore, because there were some spaces on Sui that were still very degen, right? Because it was at the beginning of people recognizing Sui a little bit. Now I recognize these spaces already because I've been dealing with Sui for a little bit longer, watching all that. And these bag flippers had their own space. Some of them actually became KOLs for Sui in a strange sort of way, right? And I think you know the names, but
that's another
anyway,
thing I would just like to say. It's the fall of KOLs.
yeah.
Nobody trusts them anymore, and we
No,
are trying to
especially
make
these, right?
like
Because we need to. I think we still need to put a disclaimer around it. They are good KOLs. They are. they have a vesting schedule, right? And all of that. And it's part of marketing. I understand this. What is not a part of marketing is to just out of nowhere become suddenly, because you're early on a chain, you get some following, and then start to just, pump and dump the whole thing under 100K market cap. And that is weird, right? It's weird. And so when I was on a team launching Suriname, I actually was in a space, with them. And they kind of were asking me, like, oh, yeah, launched from 1K on Move Pump. And they were asking me, like, yeah, where did you get 350K? And I was like, no, ran to 5 milli. Now, they all sold. They got in because they saw it on their scanner. But they got in and they also sold sub 200K. And I couldn't wait to stick it to them that this ran to 5 mil. And they just totally missed the boat, right? I was just sitting there like, yeah, that
Yeah,
happened.
and in our private launches we call it SEC, sold early club, and that happens way too often.
It does, but look, the market will price you out at some point. Like I said, when SUI regains its resistance back as support, $7.20 is still at my extension on SUI. That never changed, right? So the next leg for SUI up in the blue skies is going to be $7.20 around that. See that happening for the next leg up. When it takes it out, it's all time high, of course, and then madness will set in, and you're just so early there. But if you're dealing with some funding that you just can't spare because you need to have it doubled by tomorrow, maybe stick to Solana and try it there, right? Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
just
Or
get a
whatever you
job.
do. Yeah, well, yeah. But and I understand that $50 can be a lot, but then yeah, I don't know. Don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I
But
agree with you guys. Anyways, thank
yep,
you for letting me come up here and
yep.
do my little show.
Oh,
Applehead, it's the
oh,
ticker.
dude.
Applehead
Yes,
from
coach.
the guy bringing you 1,000x on Sue. He's
Yes.
supporting left and right. Applehead, Fartcoin. Coach is here with some alpha. We'd love to have you on the show. Please come back anytime. My
Thank
voice is also
thank you,
weak.
thank you, thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Have a good day. Don't get overheated, right?
Dude,
Go
yes.
for a swim.
Yes, coach is always coming with the hottest alpha.
Yes,
It's he's come with some fire tickers, and I'm
absolutely.
so happy he showed us fart coin on Sui because I'm a
Absolutely,
big fan
right?
of that
I
one.
see that 1,000X is having a little bit of a hard time because of some people in there being suddenly very bearish when the TG is quiet and people are sleeping or working.
Hmm.
And don't get it right, because I know behind the scenes there is some hooking up with some other projects, some collabs going on back in the
Some
back room
cooking.
kitchen. There's some cooking going on, and so I mean 10K market cap, really, right? $5 here, just saying. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about the market. If my voice wants to hold up,
Ooh.
this is, yeah, I did a lot. I did a lot. I'm supposed to be. I retired from my job, right? I'm not at the gym anymore. That's all now in the good hands of other people that know what to do. I'll still be visiting, of course, here and there. But for now, I get to be in Web3 full time, so I'm setting myself up. But I'm also kind of needing a timeout because it's kind of rough on me, right? On the health department, just it feels like everything is coming out of 8 years just working almost 70, 80 hours a week, you guys, for 8 years long, and training, and doing competition, and sticking to a diet. Um, so, but yeah, you know, I'm
Did
gonna
you?
take this week to get a little bit, get my senses back a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, even taking yesterday off to probably helped a little bit, right?
Yeah, but then I go be active, kite surfing, being on the
Mm.
beach, talking to people, having fun, having a party, everybody there, right? And
Oh,
getting a little bit
nice.
emotional, everybody emotional. And it's kind of like, yeah, you just want to be. But
Right.
okay, um, it's all good stuff, right? It's all good stuff, you guys. Nothing bad happening here. So, all right,
The,
let's have a look at the Bitcoin. Let's talk about this market. Welcome everybody on YouTube. If you just joined, welcome on X. If you lose the live stream. Um, Oh my God, I
Did
really
you see
scared
my
her.
PFP? Oh, and like, and I just
Oh my God, I started with the grill. That
it's
is
a,
is
it's a project. So somebody had done it to my PFP. I don't know who, but somebody came through and did this. And so
it's it.
it's actually a project and they're launching a token. So
Oh,
Stylex PFP, it's kind of like ProNut Soul, the AI agent that you tag. If you go on their website, basically you have the option to, let me see. You basically tag a
wait a
user
minute.
and it creates a
Yeah.
post. It generates an X post, and then that X post
Oh,
creates
I
an
see it.
image. Yeah. So I
The
just
image.
did one with Chalana. I
Yeah,
posted it in the overhead.
that's so fun.
There's actually
The
three
grill.
images. Yeah. So I don't know
Funny.
if it's an automated AI agent or no, it has to be because and the
Yeah.
person that's the dev, so
Mm.
it had automated a creation for a Cholana image and it kind of turned out wacky. So he responded with one that he did by hand and was like, "Oh, the automation like cranked out like a weird one." So I went ahead and did this one.
Oh, that's really something to happen
Yeah.
to Solana as well,
Right?
right?
Yeah.
Which
It's
takes me
awesome.
to the next subject because I see somebody in the room here that is engaging on X, that is doing all the right things. And I'm talking to you, Aubrey. And I really enjoy your PFP as that dog. But
Hell yeah.
isn't it time to change to a nice white bow dog? A
Yeah.
nice white bow starter dog. Go to the Doginal Dog website. Grab yourself a nice white bow. I can see that white bow. And then start. I don't know if it's your dog. I don't know even if you're a girl. You could also just want something else than a bow. I just totally misgendered maybe, but uh, or like a white cap or something bullish like that.
Yeah,
But
will
if
they
it's
come
your,
up on stage? Come up on stage with us so that
come up on stage. Yeah.
yeah, do you have a mic? Yeah, well if you have a phone then I'm assuming
Yep.
you got to have a mic.
Aubrey's laughing.
Or
I
she
just
may
Aubrey
yeah,
to me sounds female. I'm sorry if I did it wrong.
yeah, I don't know either. Oh, this
In the middle, after I said the bow thing, in my brain went like
yeah,
maybe.
it's 2025, you never know.
I don't know.
Well, and the name too is kind of I don't know any but
Well,
but
I know that it can be that one can be both.
yeah.
I'm correct.
But the starter dog alpha, the coolest thing about that is if you go on
Yes.
doginaldogs.com at the top, Wilder was the one that actually showed me this. You go to resources and go to join the community, and that's where they have the starter dog collection where you can actually pick what color you'd like your accessories to be. So they've got
Yeah.
if you want to do a white bow or a pink bandana or a blue beanie, they got it all. So there's 9 different designs and then an assortment of different colors as well. So it's free to join the community. You just go ahead and get one of these starter dogs, throw it on your profile picture on X, and represent the Doginal dogs. And what you will see is you will start getting more engagement and follow requests and just an overall optimized experience on X. There's even resources, the Doginal Docs, you can go through there. There's a Bark branding course that tells you kind of how to build your brand on X and eventually how to monetize your Doginal dogs. So a lot of really cool stuff there. That thank you,
Yes, I
Wild,
think
for
you
showing me
should
that.
join. I think you should join. You would enjoy it. I see you being positive, being active. I think Dojanal Dog community is for you and you for the Dojanal Dog community, right? So go ahead and do that. You get right. It's more bullish than what you got now. If that's your dog, then that's a beautiful thing. But do these pictures and make posts about it, right? Instead of it being your PFP.
Well, you know what? I had actually gave them some advice about how to like use like a AI model stack to use AI models together in order to kind of like
Yeah.
optimize your results in your content creation on Twitter and the stuff that they've been creating since then. It's like it's 1000x. Like it's literally 1,000
Yes.
times better, and just some from a few simple tricks because literally anyone can do this stuff, like building a brand on X, and joining a community and doing all these things that we love to do, because it's like, if we're in this space trying to make money, looking for, what's the ticker today, it's like, we want to, you want to build a nice environment to work in. And I feel that that's one of the ways to optimize it. You showed me that, and I've really kind of like found my tribe here doing that. It's really cool.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it is. You should do that. Well, of course, if you want to. We're not forcing anybody to, but
Yeah.
it's just that it just hit my soul, and I felt like
You know what?
so.
That's a good point. It's like, do your own research. Maybe go into some
Yeah.
other Doginal Dog spaces and see what the community is like, because that's what really got me like into it.
Yeah.
Was that once I saw that they were like people that I felt like I saw eye to eye with, that they were kind of like in it with the same kind of ambitions and the same experiences and everything. And so when you see people and you're like, oh shoot, like we're cut from the same cloth, then it's like, okay, I can rock with you. That's kind of how the psychology
Absolutely.
goes
So
for me. Yeah.
Aubrey says, I got no mic, but female, yes. All right. White bow. I'm just going to get into the DMs. That's just got to happen right now. Anyway, let's move on to talking a little bit more about Bitcoin, because there's some interesting stuff. And I don't know if you're seeing your timeline, a lot of people calling for that
It's funny.
alt season.
Yeah.
And yes, yes, yes. Well, they do have a little bit of a point. How
Dominance is
much?
at 65%. We still got a
Yes.
little bit to go till alt season,
You
but
cannot
it's
have your cake and eat it too. You cannot expect Bitcoin to rise, dominance to drop. It could. That's alt season,
mhm.
but it also means the top of Bitcoin is in. So let's. And I don't see that happening. So
The
can we get
sideways
a?
movement with the dominance
Well, we it
up
could
like
make
that.
another all-time high, but then I'm thinking a relief rally and not an alt rally,
The
right?
108 we can't break. It's like we've gone a little over the 108 mark. It was like 108 point. Was it
No,
108.9?
actually, what's happening now is that we're retaking that 107 first. Well,
Yeah.
and if we could stay here for another 8 hours,
Yeah.
we are going to take that 108.
And then there'll be a breakout.
If it can stay here for another 8 hours, then we're going to pump really hard. And then I'm thinking we're going to break that trend line. And if we do, you guys, massively bullish, because this is
Yeah.
just the third touch. And usually it does not happen at the third touch for Bitcoin, right? So something is happening behind the scenes of Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
And what's that behind the scenes? That's that dominance we've been talking about. Looks like a freaking honey, but nobody's selling the freaking Bitcoin. And so we are so close underneath that trend line resistance, so close that time can carry us there. That's why I say 8 hours, right? 8 hours there, no down, right? But if we're going down, I think a lot of people see that overextended stochastic RSI on the daily, and it makes them bearish, and I can see where they're coming from. But watch the 3 and the 4th hour on Bitcoin at this moment. That's why I say 8 hours. We could hold for 8 hours. That will cross in a golden cross up, and we are going to take that trend line. Now, what's going to happen is this. What is the next move up? So I'm 110.4, 111.8. These are going to be your next targets. And then from there, we need to see a retracement that is going to confirm that trend line back on the 108.8, right? So like a bump and run. That's what we're looking for. That's always what I'm looking for. That bump and run for Bitcoin. And so bullish, you guys. I think we should get ready for that move. I know I was a little bit pessimistic about it, but we're holding too hardcore here, and so if we can do this for 8 hours, then my bull hat is on and my bullhorn is blowing, right? And then we're gonna see Sui take its $3 resistance. That next leg up for Sui will be to $3.13. We have $3.33, and then the next to break is 3.50. And when it did break 350, there's not much keeping Sui down at all. Solana's already taken a sprint, I think, because of the bullish news for the ETFs there. Of course, that made XRP pull up a little bit too, right? Same news there going on. I'm watching. It was so hot here. I missed the dip. I missed that wick on that ESX, on that Estate X. I hope you guys were
Oh
on that
wow.
wick. I
Yeah.
missed it. Yeah, I
I
missed
no,
it.
I wasn't on it, but I mean, I've been watching it closely because,
Yeah.
I faded because you were like, oh, I think it's gonna pull back a little when it was at 1.5 cents, and so I was like, okay,
Yes.
maybe I'll try to get in at 0.09 or something, and from
Yeah, that's
point,
what I said this morning in the crypto moonlight. I was like,
uh,
all right, well, wait for that one, right?
yeah. So I mean, it was at
uh,
155, and then
mhm.
next thing I knew, it was at 268. And then once it does that, like leg up was insane looking.
I look anything two pennies for a layer one is gonna be insane early. This market cap for this
Yeah,
token is crazy, right?
yeah.
So I mean look, but yeah, you want to see your bag happy, and if you want to swing trade it a little bit, right, you're waiting for your entries a little bit more. And I should have been a little bit more locked in today, but it was kind of hot. I had the miners going again, and I just now decided for the rest of the summer these I'm not going to be on, because
Mm.
it was at one point I walked back in here and it was 105 degrees Fahrenheit in my crypto cave with the miners on,
Oh, that's crazy.
and I had a cooler on there. It was just not making it. That's how much heat they produce, right?
Mm.
And so I was like nearly knocking myself out in that room. I was like, no, this is not going to happen anymore. It's summertime. There will be no more Casper mining in this crypto cave.
Mm.
So my crypto shed, right? So yeah, but that all happened. I had to disconnect everything, and then I kind of lost sight of the because I had to disconnect the electricity, and I kind of lost sight on the big screens where my charts always are. And you know, I did some cooking, sitting outside a little bit, having some calls with people, and then suddenly I noticed that buying opportunity was gone. I kind of went, all right, it's my first day. My first day crypto making bread is not really working out. But we got many chances, right? Many chances, because I did a little bit of a long this morning on Stars AI. Did a little bit of bread making there, not that much. Keep an eye on that CE, right? I've been kind of giving you.
It's stuck at 30 cents, right? Or does it back down to 28 today? Let me see.
It's
See.
29, but
Yeah.
look, yeah,
It's
I was
I knew it
talking.
was stuck there without even looking at the
I
chart,
really,
just because the way it's moving right now.
I was kind of talking about it at like 16 cents, 17 cents,
Yeah,
right?
no, it was at 18.
16 cents.
I had put in
Yeah,
a buy at 18, and then it went up to 32, and then I
losing.
sold, and then I haven't bought back in because since it would hit 32, the lowest it's dropped down was I think it hit down to 22, but it was still higher than my first entry, and so I was just like, and like right now because I'm trying to focus on DCAing into SUI. I'm trying not to get distracted because that's my tendency is like something
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah. I
get
know. So
FOMO.
keep
Yeah.
to your plan. Stick to
Yeah.
your plan.
Yeah.
And now, if you are going to do your DCA into a division, then do just a little bit, right? Of the go with $5, right?
Mm.
So we at
Mhm.
least have an entry with a little something. So you create like a good average this way, right?
Yeah.
So ETH is looking very juicy as well. That's holding a hell of a floor there for a hell of a time for Ethereum, right?
Mm.
And I just Ethereum likes to do that sideways, sometimes even more so than Bitcoin. It's massive. It's doing
Yeah.
that massively, but it's building great market structure. So the next leg up for there would be, going to the 29s and then 3100 for Ethereum. Yes, that's going to be in the next moves up. It all depends though because the dominance is still so high. So 8 hours. We need to hold this for 8 hours. If we sink harder, then this is all null and void because then we're going to the middle of the channel once more, right? And then we're just going to take a little bit longer for these moves to unfold, because that means that we can either retouch the lower end of that, and then it takes us about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So that leaves us end of July then to pump way back to that trend line, and try and retake it then. And then we have to see then how that looks. Uh, let's look on Bitcoin on that weekly. Let's move back to Bitcoin here, and then look at that weekly. That weekly is actually landing on a little bit of support on that RSI, so that makes this move look really, really good, cheap, right? But when you put it on a weekly, it also looks very, very early for that bull flag to break out. So if it does, like I said before, that would be a very bullish move for Bitcoin that it doesn't make that often, right? So it's going to be a little bit unique. Now, I know that Bitcoin is going to do a lot more things very uniquely in the coming time, and that's just because there's not enough Bitcoin, and I think we're going to start seeing this in unfold in the charts. I think that's inevitably what we're going to see. And so I think these bull runs might be a little bit prolonged because of that scarcity in Bitcoin that's going to drive it, right? I see the whole world is FOMOing a little bit on Bitcoin. I see countries taking positions in mining Bitcoin. I see the miners just selling almost exclusively to institutional money. And so, if you do not own any Bitcoin, the best thing for you to do is just start. I don't care if you just buy 50 cents a day, but your future you is going to thank you, right?
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to ask, you don't use Coinbase at all, do you?
No,
I figured being
there's
in the
something.
Netherlands, but
Yeah,
the
they love it.
I do want to let people know though, if anyone else on here uses Coinbase or used Coinbase in the past, because that's what I started with, and I've slowly been migrating away from it. But I still was using it for on ramping fiat into tokens. But as of July 7th, 2025, they will end the Web3 wallet support. So, from what I understand, your assets that are stored on the exchange, on your wallet that's on the Coinbase exchange, you need to have those moved onto like a non-custodial wallet, something that's not on the Coinbase network. Or I'm assuming that the Coinbase wallet works, which is a separate app. So you can just download the Coinbase wallet, but you need to transfer your assets that are on the Coinbase app that are in your portfolio on into a wallet, essentially, because they're discontinuing the Web3 support. So I really don't know how that happens too. Like once they discontinue support, let's say somebody like didn't see that message, like they just took a break from crypto for like a year and then they decided they were going to do this, does that mean that they just lose their assets completely, you think? Like I don't know what an
I
exchange
would think
does in
so.
that situation, you know?
I wouldn't think so. I think
They,
if they don't have a plan for that, that would surprise me.
right, that they have some backup that they could kind of confirm your assets that were stored on the exchange or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, usually
Yeah.
they do. They usually insure it up to a certain amount. I know that in Amsterdam, the Bitfavo guys, right, the Dutch exchange,
Mm.
Bitfavo, they guarantee you up to 100K.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
So if I use an exchange to hold larger positions on, it's them,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, I got a
It's also
runner on the
to get
map.
them.
A
Where's the
runner.
runner on? Where?
It's one that we all know about, but geez, the chart looks amazing right now. It's one of my favorite coins. It's
Is it what? Can
Pengu.
you just
Pengu.
before you
Peng.
said runner? Is this chain and then the
No, no,
runner?
no. It's well, I guess it started on Ethereum and then it's wormholed onto Solana, but Pengu, pudgy penguins.
Oh, Pangu. I
Yeah.
still have Pangu in my wallet.
Yeah,
Yes.
this last leg up it had is just it looks
You
pretty good.
guys, I
And
got such a massive airdrop from Pangu.
did you?
Yes, I
Yeah.
think I had like $1,600 for Pangu.
Yeah, the it's only up 4.45%, but considering the market cap on this is like legendary,
Yeah.
that's pretty significant. This I forget what the market cap on Pengu on Ethereum is, but it's pretty damn high. Pengu, it's one of my favorite meme coins. I don't really like. I don't hold any right now, but I've bought and sold Pengu a lot. I've actually had some nice returns on Pengu, but I always keep my eye on it because it's been down for so long. It's been sitting at a like around a penny now for the last like year.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I just was commenting on it because somebody recently I was seeing some stuff about it on Twitter, and I was commenting on it, talking about how it is one of my favorite projects just because of they are on track to be one of the top meme coins ever. Like that's their mission, is to be just like they want to be number one. Who knows if they'll actually, make it to number one, but that's kind of what they have their, game plan set as. And I've listened to
Yeah.
interviews with the dev where he's talking about how, they're working on like full length feature movies, video games, like children's cartoon series. They have the plushed animals that are
Oh
available
yeah.
in Walmart. Like this
Yeah.
is like a whole. They want to like get into like every thing that like people do, so that it's a part of everything, so that people that aren't, and it's great to me. What I love about this, it's so bullish to me because it gets people into crypto that wouldn't otherwise be into it. There's 5-year-old kids that they see the little pudgy penguin plushie, and then they go buy that, and then now
So bullish.
they own an NFT now because they were doing like the collectible
Yeah.
NFTs when you buy the plushie. Some of those NFTs, I guess, like had a huge, they were worth a lot of money later on. So it's just a project that I love Pangu just because the artwork is awesome and like the story behind it. And I remember, and when I was first getting into crypto was when Pangu was actually a runner on the map, when it was like a brand new launch. That was right when I
Yeah.
was getting into crypto, or into like meme coins and stuff. I was like moving more away from like just Shiba and Doge and into the more like riskier ones, which that's kind of an exciting time for anyone, or at least it was before Solana. Do you know what I mean? Like when you first got into
Yeah.
meme coins, wasn't it
Sure.
so sick? Oh, it was so good. I loved it.
I know because I've been in like meme coins. Of course we
Longer
have
than me.
Shiba and
Yeah.
Doge, right?
Yeah.
But the whole Degen
Yeah.
thing started later, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, that was
different
crazy.
ex- different experience altogether. Like going on
Oh,
the deck screener, getting the Phantom wallet, doing all the
oh my
stuff that's like
God.
you're no longer doing it like on the chain, like using the
You,
centralized
you have,
exchange.
like, there was a period of time in 23, early 23, where on ETH, on the regular, things sent to 150 mil, 200 mil, right, around the clock. And that was crazy. But then it started to get saturated, and then that volume divides, and then and things didn't run to 3, 4 mil, 5 mil anymore that easy. And then, of course, we were just heading towards that peak bear. And these meme seasons, they are not related so much to the market. It's just all sentiment, and it can happen at any time. Usually, it's in the time in the market where it's actually quite boring, where these things somehow magically happen, right? When
Mm,
Bitcoin's moving sideways and everybody getting fed up. But I see the sentiment towards the meme coins change a little bit. But look, that is not going to be a long change here, right? It's not going to be forever, because as soon as there's money to be made, sentiment changes. People are back just aping in their life savings again like nothing else. And that's because they don't have a plan. So you need to have a plan and stick with the freaking plan. If you're going and you're going for training to win something, you have a training schedule, you have a plan,
mm.
right? And that plan has multiple components that you always are optimizing and tweaking to get better. So your chances of winning are increasing. And that is with everything you do. Also, becoming a millionaire in crypto, right? Of course, we can be a millionaire in real life too. I can buy a lottery ticket and leave it up to chance. But don't leave it up to chance. In crypto, it's easier to do than the lottery ticket, but you got to have a plan.
Mm.
You got to do it. You got to take care of yourself and your portfolio, and you got to stick with your own rules, even when you feel like you don't want to.
Oh
But
yeah,
that is the same when training. You don't
it's
want to go to that gym. You don't want to eat that stuff. You kind of want to eat all cake also, right?
yeah.
Yeah. And look, I know what that's like.
Uh,
I've been sometimes going, crying eating my chicken.
mm,
So
yeah,
tired of the chicken.
yeah,
I love chicken, but I was tired. I was just like, I want to eat bread. I want to eat cake. I want to eat my cookies too.
yeah.
And I just sat with myself for a little bit and be like, all right, that's all cool. Now you just chew your chicken down and just get over it, right?
Hmm.
Get over it. Stick
Oh,
with the rules.
you like that diamond crusted bow with the grill
I
and the
see it. I
dude?
see it.
How
Look, what
cool
is
is that?
this? I
Isn't that
need
a
to.
sick? I like that. So it's Stylex PFP, and then you go onto their profile, then you go on stylexpfp.com. They have a link to their website, and then you can log
Yes. Well,
in.
is this?
Uh-huh.
Where is this gonna launch?
Ooh, well, they hint at a launch. I asked him to come and join us today, but
Yeah, I
but
kind of
they
want to because I can change my avatar to this and do a good morning post with my grill and my rainbow
it's
glasses.
so lit. And they have
Yeah,
other stylizations too, but the
sure.
Mog
But
the
this
Mog
is right.
RGB is pretty bullish.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? He said that he's busy at work right now and that he'll hop on if he has a minute. He would hop
Oh,
in, but
sure.
it doesn't sound like he's gonna make it today. But I will definitely
Yeah.
keep inviting them back so that
Oh yeah,
they can tell us about what they're doing and what the future is and when the launch is, because
I
that's
love it. It's so
yeah,
bullish.
yeah, they're kind of doing it in an initial attention offering too, because the way that this platform works is by tagging that the agent. So it kind
Oh
of
yeah.
like, but I like it because it actually has tech that works. So I like it, and yeah,
Well,
it's
I
funny
like
as
it
hell.
too. It's funny as hell. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, the pictures that made of yeah with the diamond crusted bow. Are you kidding me? It's better than mine. Mine doesn't look like that. I'm kind of jealous. I need someone to freaking, or I guess I could
Your
just
grill. Your grill
yeah.
is not right.
It's not
Your
right. It's I think that
your
the
grill's your grill is off.
yeah, that's actually a transparency texture. So I think that the model wasn't tuned right for that one. So I should
Bullish.
try again.
I just see a article coming in that might be noteworthy. Might get us a little bit bullish, right? The news on BTC just came out with an article said Bitcoin price at 145 in September? Question mark. Bullish doji suggests upward move. Yes, I know exactly the dojis they're talking about, but I had something to say about those, right? But okay, let's just read. Crypto analyst stock money lizards. And this again, I have to point out, only in crypto can we get a news article where an analyst called Stock Money Lizard is giving you alpha. If you read this anywhere else in a newspaper or online, and people will be like, "Do I need to take advice from a Stock Money Lizard?" And in
Right.
crypto, yes, you do, right? So they have provided an update on the current Bitcoin price action, predicting that the flagship crypto could reach as high as 145 later this year. The analyst alluded to a doji pattern which support this bullish prediction. In an ex post, Stock Money Research stated that his midterm target for the Bitcoin price range is 135 up to 145 Bitcoin. He expects, oops, touched something else. He expects Bitcoin to reach these targets between September and October later this year. The analyst also touched on the current price action and why he believes the flagship crypto will reach such lofty heights. Stock Money noted that the Bitcoin price is trading at the upper level of the corrective channel. Well, the channel we've been talking about, right? Forming some dojis at this level. And he admitted that he doesn't know how many bounces market participants will see from Bitcoin and at what level the crypto will test. So they're recognizing this too, right? That channel.
Wow.
He
Yeah.
raised yeah. He raised the possibility that the local bottom may be in and also that Bitcoin could retest 90 to 94 range. I'm a little higher. I'm on 96. The analyst stated that if he had to bet, he would probably predict that the Bitcoin price taps the high of the 90 range again, right? Bitcoin had dropped to as low as 98 last week amid the escalation tensions between Israel and Iran. And so now they're bringing up this war thing again, while he just mentioned that the bottom of that channel was on 98. So maybe just put it in there for engagement. I don't know. Bitcoin has since recovered following the ceasefire between both countries. No, actually, Bitcoin recovered before the ceasefire. It has
That's
nothing
true.
to do with
Yeah.
Bitcoin. Stock Money affirmed that the latest Bitcoin price action is a bullish formation as the flagship crypto had an impulse move up. He added that the current price action is not the usual money rotation with old traders selling and new traders loading up at range lows. The analyst also indicated that Bitcoin's rally isn't driven by derivatives market either. Yes, and he's right about that, but we kind of been touching on that for weeks on end, especially in the crypto moonlight space. Very geeking out on that stuff all the time. Crypto analyst Titan of Crypto has echoed Stock Money's prediction that the Bitcoin price could at least reach 135. In an ex post, the analyst declared that Bitcoin's path to the price target remains intact. He stated that the Bitcoin now challenging its first Fibonacci extension at 107 after breaking out and retesting key levels. So it broke out on the hour, right? It broke out on the hour, but then there is a higher time frame, and the higher time frames, guys, they give a lot more resistance, right? Because higher time frames are stronger. Once the Bitcoin price clears this Fibonacci extension, the Titan of Crypto believes the next stop is $135,000 of Bitcoins. He revealed that the market structure supports this move, but it remains to be seen if momentum will follow. His accompanying chart shows that Bitcoin could reach this Fibonacci extension at 135 by September, aligning with Stock Money's prediction. The chart also suggests that Bitcoin could still rally to as high as 150 at some point. At the time of writing, the Bitcoin price been trading at 108.2. So, all right, so this is kind of a bullshit article starting with his dojis, but then it's not showing the dojis that he is talking about. But fortunately for you, Wild knows what he's been talking about, right? He's been talking about that pin doji on the weekly printed for us in 22nd of June, or the daily doji on June, which was a nice pin doji with no top whatsoever. Now, these are not the most bullish ones. What we're actually looking for was the dragonfly doji that was printed on the weekly, and this is the only one, and that was printed on the last month, almost a month ago. And so, and then I just wanted to point out that one on the monthly as well, because I'm waiting for that third soldier to show up there. But yeah, for the lower, for the fourth hour, we're looking first at 10.2, 108.8. If we take that, if we can stay here for 8 hours, we're going there. Now, if we retake that 108.8, then we're going to 10.2, followed by a second target of 111.8 again. And that would confirm a full candle on the fourth hour on that breakout. And then we broke out of that channel that they are also talking about. If we do not, and it looks on the daily very much like we do not, right? Because we're overbought there. And also, you guys, if you look on the daily on Bitcoin, when you see that top rounding up like it does, I'm kind of like, rounded tops are bearish, right? And it starts to drop over a little bit. Looks like it wants to. So we gotta, like I said, need to do these two things. We gotta hold this price for at least 8 hours and push on through to these levels I was talking about. Now, if we're not, then we're gonna go back to that. Gonna go back to 105, 104, and that's the middle of that channel. Even though the channel moves sideways down, so it's not really the middle of the channel anymore. It's kind of the upper middle of the channel that we're now at that price range. And that's why these bull flags, bullish continuations, will squeeze out at one time. But yeah, if we then lose the middle again, because I know in the middle of these ranges, a lot of traders will sell 50% of their bag just because they they will hedge themselves against the lower trend line, which is sits at that 95 and 96 range. He was saying 94, but that's he does it on Fibonacci level, and I actually just have the trend line here. So so yeah, that's and there's massive amounts of volume in that range as well, you guys. So if the market is not getting any money from above, then it's going to get it below, right? So yeah, that's what we're looking at with Bitcoin. But 135, I don't see 135. I have 100, 116, 120, and then for and next up, it's going to be for me 130, 132. Then there is my Fibonacci extension to the golden pocket is all the way up to 194, right? So yeah, could we go there? Yes, it did that Fibonacci extension twice, and it didn't do it once. So I mean, there's not a lot to go on, but yeah,
Yeah.
not a lot to go on.
Yeah. I was just doing my monad faucet and grabbing some of that stuff, and then I was gonna check my liquidity pool for my position that I have open with the mist and wrapped monad on here. But yeah,
Yes.
I've been slowly doing a little bit of this each day, and now I know that my I was in the 0.16% tile.
Yeah.
So right now I should actually be higher now because I've done some more activity since the last time I checked. Ooh, unknown error. But yeah, so I've been still doing the I love the monad stuff. Just slowly doing this, and I feel like the launch should be freaking right around the corner at this point. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, they
it's
alluded to something. I like their post this morning.
mm,
Let me see where. Oh, here I played it up in the jumbotron for you guys. Maybe you can show it on a live stream. So it says nothing ever happens until it does.
yeah. Well,
Cryptic.
huh?
Yeah, yeah. Nothing ever happens until it does. Bullish. I think we should end the space with this tick because my voice is
Oh
massively
yes,
cutting out.
yes, absolutely. Yeah.
I gotta need to be in the moonlight.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? We're gonna do the
Yeah.
100x thing again. You guys get ready for that. Follow Lamb right here, right, for the alpha for his spaces, which are also, there's a lot more dogs in there, but come for the tea, come from the Bitcoin for the Bitcoin tea and the shenanigans, right? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So yeah, if you have nothing else that we should talk about, then I just should probably keep my mouth shut for the rest of the evening.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else that I needed to touch on. It is crazy to see that the X1000 chart is down so much. It actually fell so low that like it fell out of range for my liquidity pool. So when that happens, then I'm no longer making anything off of the trades because I'm not providing liquidity for the trades anymore since it's the price is too low. Is that how that works?
Oh, Lamb is coming on stage. Hold on.
What up,
So,
Lamb?
can you ask that again? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just saying that I had a liquidity pool that I that I had joined
Mm,
for 1000x, but now that the price has fallen out of the range,
yeah,
so what do I need to do? I just need to kind of wait for the chart to
yeah,
turn around, or
yeah,
should okay, hmm,
yeah. You could do that, or you could
or I
just
could
wait a little.
or I can
And
keep
but it's
stacking.
more, well,
That's
whatever is more likely, yeah, because the chart is, I mean, this.
uh-huh.
How low can you go? There's only one way at one
Yeah.
point. So,
So it's kind of
yeah,
consolidating right now, finding a floor. What would you
yeah.
call it?
I mean, Yeah, the supply is being held by the people who are holding it, and I see that these big holders never sold.
Hmm.
The only ones that were selling, and they have price impact because it's a low market cap, right? So you're still gonna have that. That's what you're gonna have, these shenanigans.
Hmm.
And then you get people in the TG that are possibly even want to talk the price down a little bit more so they can do the same trade again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, at least I see right now. I just looked at the TG, and at least there's a little bit more activity this weekend. It was very quiet, which
Yeah, but
that's
everybody,
understandable. Yeah, yeah. The
yeah,
people are busy on
it's
the
a
weekend.
small
Yeah.
project. Well, you can't expect somebody to be in there 24/7. And I don't think that this project, that's what it's about,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, look, things are gonna move, and you either believe or you do not. And if you can only believe because you gotta have some fake or real, right? Leave that in the mail. Activity in the TG, then I don't know what to tell you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think you're building your conviction on the wrong things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I said, in the background, there's collaborations going on that I know of, right? And so it's like, yeah. Look at the pin post. It's being recognized by the SUI community as a legit project. There's
Yeah.
legitimacy here.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't want to look at these things and be bullish, and if you're asking people like, oh, why is there no rating? Well, go ahead and make a post then,
Yeah. I've been doing like 4 a day,
right?
probably.
I've been dropping some in there, right? I mean, come on, right?
Yeah, I've seen yours on there too. Yeah, but it's
Jesus
like
Christ.
you and I can't do it. Like you and I can't just carry it ourselves, though. It's
No,
you know what I
right?
mean.
No, sure, but
So,
that's why you cannot have like people in there being an audience, right? And
yeah,
like when raid, well, send in your links.
bro. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
TG is
crazy.
not that active. There's no rating. All right, go make a post.
With a coin
I'll
that's
click a
this low
like.
of a market cap, this is one that
Yeah,
it's like if you want to see some action, like do some
you got to
work.
bring the action.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got it because it's not going to do it. It's there's so many freaking coins that are launched every day that people are looking at, like the psychology
Until
of trading. Yeah, you.
until tick, there's volume coming in on Sui.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Sui Baz, the def is gonna turn the volume bot on, so it trends number one.
Mm,
And then this whole rating, it is a rating. People don't understand rating doesn't bring in new buyers per se. Rating is just to keep these people that are in the TG that are not being a part, not clicking, not being a part of nothing. They just come into the TG to see if it's active. And the activity level is measured through the rating,
mm.
right? That's it. There is no way. Did you ever buy because you saw a raid?
Hell no.
No,
Quite the
nobody
contrary.
does.
I would be.
Yes,
I'm kind of nervous to buy it if I see too much. Like if it looks like
yes.
spammy rating, I'm like, oh, this is
It's
just
all
another
for
rug.
show. It's all for show.
Mm.
Yes, it's all for the to get these rates into the TG, so lazy motherfuckers can just sit back and be like, "Oh, my bag is still good here," regardless if it works or not,
Hmm.
because they're not involved, so they don't see it. But we have 1,000x here in the room with us. This is active in spaces. Guy took a break over the weekend. Jesus Christ, it's not a job, right? It's a meme token.
Oh well, dude, did you see what happened to S&P 500? Holy crap! That's
Holy shit!
you
What
saw that,
happened?
right? It's down like down bad. Um, Let me see. It's like it's really down, but there's still liquidity though. So, um, frick, where? Ooh, is
Oh,
this
is it
it?
down bad?
Is it
Is it down bad?
99.7%? No, there's no way it's down 99%. Oh, it's because I'm
No,
looking at the wrong one. Okay, let me see. Wrong. I had the wrong
I
CA. Sorry about that.
suddenly
S&P
I
500.
suddenly felt myself landing in a different universe just now.
It's but this one right here is I think this is yeah on Radium S&P 500. So it's down today 26.8%. So that's not terrible. The market cap's at 45K. So it still hasn't completely like rugged. Like it now it's like basically at the floor. It has a little bit more that it could fall, but it can't fall much more than that, really. At 45K.
Probably just rotation, but we should invite them so they can give us an update on what's going
Dev,
on. But
yeah,
let's say hi to
he.
Lamb. You
Oh
guys,
yeah, go ahead.
Sui, Thousand X Sui is on stage with us too. Um, so I'm just, if you can, say hi to Lamb. I'm just gonna make a cup of tea with some honey, or else
Yes,
his voice will just rug on me.
absolutely. Yeah, what's up, Lamb?
Take care of your
Welcome,
voice, Wild. What's up? What's up, Tick?
welcome
How you
back.
guys doing?
Doing well,
Thanks,
man.
man.
How was it? How
Hey,
was your trip? Oh, go ahead. What did you have to share with us?
no, you're good. I was just gonna say hi. I wanted to come up here before you guys were in, and it's not like you were gonna end for a second there, but
Yeah, yeah.
I did sneak a little post up to the top because I thought it was pretty awesome little video that Shibo just shared a little bit ago about the Dojo dog holders in 2025. So take a look at that. That's kind of funny. I hope that's okay. I just snuck it up there when
Oh
I
yeah,
came
dude.
up
I
on stage.
I love this type of stuff. Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to say I'm bullish on the Monad post. I like that little cryptic post. They're obviously staying active, dropping more hints to the mainnet. I like that. That's pretty cool. So just a
Yeah,
reminder for everybody to stay consistent with your activity on there, myself included. Keep stacking the Monad, but keep making the interactions in different ways.
that's it. That's it. I'm just gonna have
'Cause
to
it's
pull up.
just free. It's
It's
free interaction, right?
free
It just takes a
interaction.
little bit of your time. Just do it consistently, a little bit each day.
Absolutely.
And yeah, it'll put you in that top percent, for activity there.
I'm not
Best
ready. I'm
chance for
not
a daily drop.
ready. I'm not ready, Lamb, yet. I need to be 0.01.
I hear you. I know, and I'm thinking about cranking it up and
Yeah.
getting those transactions to 2,000 and
Yeah.
seeing where I can get on that list. Hmm.
I think I need to go ham now. Like full ham.
I got enough Monad to go ham, that's for sure. I've been
Oh
stacking the Monad,
yeah.
but
Me too. I can definitely go ham. But I feel now like I need to, right?
yeah, yeah, that
Because
that puts a little more urgency into
yeah,
it for
definitely.
sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, can you pull up that Doginal dog holders in 25 video? Can you play that on the
Oh
live
yeah.
stream?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, play the audio. I haven't even listened to the audio yet because I was
Here.
on space with
Oh,
you.
can we listen to it? I bet we
Yeah.
can. Tick,
Yeah.
can you do that? Or
Yeah. Here. Hold on one second.
if not, then I need to pull it up.
So I was right. So I was right. I took a rash of shit for 2 years, but I was right. And everyone was wrong.
Can't really hear it, Tick. Are you in wide
Yeah.
spectrum?
Yeah. It's just my the way that my speaker setup is.
Yeah, you probably can't. Who
On
posted this
on the
again?
stream, anyone that's like watching the stream, since the audio goes directly to the stream, like it's through there. But me trying to mic up my speaker, I don't think
Yeah,
it like drowns it out. Yeah.
yeah. Let me for the people in space. Let
Let's
me
see.
just grab it on
But
X then.
yeah, so it's Ryan Gosling though, and he has a check in his hand for
Yeah,
47
yeah,
million, and so I was right. He's like, I took a rashy shit for 2 years, but I was right, and everyone was wrong, and so
there you
that's
go.
that's
There
what
you go.
conviction gets you. Yeah, that's funny though.
Absolutely. That's what it's
Such a
about.
good conviction post.
If you
Mm,
cannot hold, right, you cannot be rich.
you're not gonna make it.
The one with patience is the ones who wins. Now don't throw your eggs in one basket and wait for all of that to hatch. Have a few baskets. One that is a for sure but little upside potential, right? And then slowly down to the one with the upside potential. And then you divide
Oh,
your eggs.
wow. I remember what else I was going to ask you guys. If you guys talked about the ETF announcement that goes live on Wednesday for Solana.
Yes, of course. That's why Solana is pumping.
Okay.
There's also that news around XRP, the same, right? And that's why XRP is carefully pumping. But that's XRP, right? XRP is carefully
It's
pumping.
going to do its own thing.
Yeah, it's
It's going to
going to do so.
pretend to pump for a week, and then out of
Yes.
nowhere it'll just slam to the
It goes
freaking moon.
right. It goes parabolic. Yeah, that's what XRP does.
Yeah.
I'm expecting my bags there to
While
do
everybody's doing
more.
nothing, it'll be like you'll wake up
Yes,
and it'll be 200% up. Uh, I love XRP.
that's exactly what I see with XRP. It never moves with the market. I had many times where we had to reconsider my bags. That what is XRP doing? But at one point, you need to get to grips with XRP. That XRP does what XRP does, and it does not take in consideration market sentiment or what Bitcoin is doing. At one point, it will just like it's time. Button is pressed, and we'll all go parabolic. That's And when that time is, we don't know. That's a surprise. I kind of see a few more that move like that. Amongst those are AVAX. AVAX is doing similar moves like that. And TRX is even worse in that sideways shimmy. TRX is even worse. But also, you
Avoiding the
guys,
pump.
yeah, hyper liquid. Keep an eye on that one, right? Still have my flaggy up for that one. I'm just sorry I missed that train on that State X thingy. Shit. Should have been in that week. Should have been in the week. But yeah. We have a Thousand X Suey on board with us too tonight. Thousand X Suey, how you doing?
Hey guys, what is going
What
on?
is up,
Yo,
Def?
yo.
Do something.
Dev, do something. I love you. Dude, I was I had some RV problems headed home from camping. We almost ended up the whole family pitching up camp at the one of the rest stops on I-5, man. It was a bit of a hectic
Oh my god.
ride home, but no, man, we went camping in the mountains in Oregon. It was my wife's sister's birthday, or not birthday, wedding. So epic weekend. But yeah, needless to say, we pulled in finally around last night. Have
I think I think you're cutting out because your connection is a little shady.
Yeah, just for a second.
Yeah.
But yeah, awesome. So you just got back, but you had some problems, but you made it home safely.
Yeah, we
That's what
did,
you.
dude.
Yeah,
We ended
nice.
up making it back, so that's good. Everything's a little bit in shambles, but right at the moment I was about to call a mobile mechanic, I ended up kind of figuring it out, trying the
Jeez.
last
Oh man.
battery and starter and whatnot. But yeah, what's questions, the travels were gnarly, but no, man, we made it back. And yeah, like Wild said, Dev, do something. Let's do something, man. We should I haven't.
This is fun.
I haven't even paid attention to the market here over the weekend, so I'm
Yeah.
just now basically catching up on how things are going over here.
It's bullish. It's bullish. So it's maybe good that you didn't pull the trigger on some things just yet, right? Because there's markets a little bit red. Bitcoin is making a move that is not quite obvious, right? Like I said, we need to hold this for eight hours more to get some clarity on the move that Bitcoin wants to make. That I see gradually more arguments that it is going to make it. Uh, and then you need to get ready with your things, and then everybody who's not in is get caught with your pants down, right? Sorry, but that is the way it's going to be. So Dr. Crypto messaged me today. I guess he sent you all the stuff you need for the campaign.
Oh,
Get it
cool.
from
Okay, that's
them.
good. That's
Yes,
probably on TG, right?
yes, on the TG. So get in
Okay, great.
touch get in touch with him, because I think
I'm gonna do that.
he sent you all that, and then you can cross post right with that, and also
All right, sweet.
cook a space with him, right? Cook a space with him, and so Chop is in there too. Chop on Sui. So
I like those guys, dude.
yeah,
Those
yeah.
guys are awesome.
Chop is
OGs.
great. Yes. So These are all in that council, right? So uh, you might
Very
want
cool.
to cook up a space with all the other OG tokens as well, right? To get a little bit of a accepted into the OG.
Yeah, yeah, get grandfathered in by them. That'd be sick. All right, yeah, well, that sounds like a good plan. I'll reach out to Doctor. I've already been in a bit of talks with him, but
Yeah,
I'm glad to hear he has sent some information over at least so we can move forward on that. I
yeah.
think good partnerships will be a good way actually. Just as far as extending our reach a little bit.
Absolutely, absolutely. Also, the recognition by the Move community for the 1000X token, right? The new tokens all being mentioned, and that 1000X is in there. Is also giving a little bit of legitimacy from the SUI Move community that recognize your activity on X as well and stuff, right? And they know. So if you don't have a bag of 1000X, I don't know if you even want 1000X, right? I do.
Now's the time to get in, man. It's a great. I mean, not
Entry
that not
time.
that any not that any time isn't a good time, but yeah,
No,
like you said,
this is a
it's like one
special
of these.
time.
Yeah, it is. It's a good entrance. It's at the point where it's a little bit of a good entry. Yeah, hopefully we see the market, like you said, if Bitcoin's kind of sailing, um, that hopefully the rest of the market will start to pick up and follow after.
Yes.
I did know before I left over the weekend that yeah, the market was in a little bit of a lull. So
Well, that normally the weekend is down. So what it did over the weekend is actually hella bullish, right? Uh, I could see a squeeze coming in. Like I said, we need to watch the 8 hours. But as soon as Sui takes $3, the ecosystem will be up and pumping. And so, yeah, you either take risky low entry positions or you do not. That's up to everybody, right, to figure out. But yeah, if it takes that $3, that will be the last time in a while for $3 Sui. That's just how it's gonna be.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
because I don't think
Thousand
that a lot of
X.
people know, but for Sui, ETFs are coming just as hard. It's a U.S. recognized token,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
I just want to ask 1000X real quick. What part of Oregon were you camping in? I'm actually down in Oregon right now.
nice, bro. It was actually my first time being really down there past Portland, but we were probably like 10 minutes out of Eugene. Um,
Oh, cool.
yeah, yeah, more towards the
Awesome.
coast a little bit.
Yeah, very cool. That's a great time of year for it.
Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful time of year now, right? It's just I don't know. I come from Washington, right? So it was nice to actually go to another state that's kind of resemblance of my home state.
Yeah,
But typically we're
I grew
traveling
up.
to Arizona or Cali or somewhere hot, desert like. So it was nice to go somewhere that had trees
Yeah,
actually.
that's awesome, man. Yeah, I grew up in Oregon in the valley, not about an hour north of Eugene. So, but same kind of area. But I'm up in actually Washington now. So been up in
Yeah,
Washington
I
for the last
remember
20
that, Lamb.
years.
I remember that. There's gonna be a day that we get together, buddy.
For sure, man. For sure. I still hold all my 1000X Sui.
Nice, bro.
Bullish
That's
on it.
bullish,
Bullish
dude.
on you, man.
Yeah,
For
I
sure.
mean,
Hold
when the catalysts come, when we do kind of get it to the point where, people kind of, I guess my envisioning of it, right, as we slowly develop it and it evolves, hopefully at a certain point, it'll just kind of be this thing that people will catch on to, right? And then when it's kind of thousand Xing before their eyes, they'll kind of understand that I don't know that the community is here and something's being built and people like to hang out here and push the ticker, right? So yeah, I think it's a good hold, buddy. So yeah, keep holding. At this, like she said, it's like it's a mean coin. It's not a job, so it's important for people to kind of you know, uh, touch grass or do whatever they have to do. But like it's also at a price point where it's like it's kind of the risk to reward. I think it's at this point it's viewing pretty fairly undervalued, right? And so that's um
Absolutely.
yeah. So like it so. I feel like at a certain point we'll start to see people slowly start to just be like, oh, let's get a bag here and
Look,
yeah, then once we can.
everybody can join the TG. If you want to work with us and just want to, make a post here and there. I make a post here and there for it. Ticks make a post here and there for it. I see other people make a post here and there for it. And you want to hop on board that train, more than welcome. But I'm going to warn you, I'm not going to pump anybody's bag that just sits there in the TG lurking, going like, you know, no, not for you. For my village and everybody who wants to work with me, yes. If I'm in a project, I'm all for you and I'm all for us together, right? And I actually hold quite a bit of supply, I'm not going to lie. And I know people I can make calls whenever I think is ready, but I'm not going to pump lazy people's bags. I'm not going to do that. So either on board in that TG,
Mm-hmm.
moving along with us, right?
Yeah.
But and of course, it's your project, 1000X, for sure. But when I feel like it needs a hand, I'll give it, right? And I'll call it in some other. I can do that at certain market caps only, of course. But yeah, right. Um,
Yeah, I think that's cool. I mean, as you can bring people in, that always helps. I think that as when we get the market cap growing, obviously, then we'll be able to play to the tune of people not wanting to miss out on 1000X. But yeah, I think at a certain point,
The
like you
strength
said,
here
there's.
is obviously the ticker. There is going to be FOMO in the market, right? Everybody's on Bitcoin right now, and of course, it's going to need to be unfolding as we go. But FOMO will happen. This is a FOMO-inducing ticker. When everybody's bullish on SUI again, when everybody comes back and like, right, and Degen on there, yeah, that's just gonna happen, right? And then and the green candles that come, I'm gonna stick it to everybody. So, yeah, that's just gonna happen. I am having to close out the space, you guys, because
Mm.
as you can hear,
Yeah.
my voice is not lasting very long. I tried with tea.
Hmm.
I tried with tea.
Yeah. I'm sorry. You sound like you're in pain. Ugh.
You've
What?
been on spaces consistently. You
Well,
Yeah.
wore your
no, it's
voice
Surgery.
not.
out.
Not from
Surgery or tea.
spaces. It's not from spaces. I
Kite
was doing
surfing.
too much. Yeah, I was surfing. I was yelling. I was going like ooh all the time.
That's awesome.
So I just had a good time. But I also need to be in the crypto moonlight. That's Lamb space, right? Lamb's on stage with us. Go follow Lamb, and when you see the post of the space, just hop in there if you're up and ready for it, right? And keep doing your monad. I gotta remind myself too, because right, we gotta pick up some steam because I felt like that post was yeah telling us something. Yeah, so very cryptic, but I got the message, and I'm lighting a little bit of a fire to keep going. So yeah, I feel a inspiration for a song coming up as well. If you're thinking about trading on Sui, you're not quite sure how to go about this, your best bet is to go to my bio. There you see a link, Wilder J, right, for Raiden X. And go ahead, and that is going to be the Bull X for Sui. If the degening starts and the volume comes in, you need something like that Raiden X. You can find any token on Sui, trade it within a heartbeat, literally so fast, right? And so get yourself ready and get that set up before the storm comes, right? Because it will come. Maybe Sui Summer, you guys. That sounds good, Sui Summer.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I've been saying that for like
That does sound good.
for 2 months. Yeah.
Yes, I see somebody's requesting up. Unfortunately,
Oh, Stylex PFP. Yo.
oh, is that
Ooh.
the?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus
Let him.
Christ!
Let's get him up on
I
stage.
fuck.
Did he? Yes. Okay. 5 minutes, or I mean, not even 5 minutes. You've
Okay,
got
look,
2 minutes, but we
look,
just want to hear from you. Yeah.
look.
Hey,
I want to hear from you. Hello, I'm Wild. Unfortunately, my voice is kind of leaving me altogether.
uh,
I
rest
just
your voice, take care of yourself.
Yes, and then Tick is gonna do the doings, but I saw my
Yes.
PFP with that grill. I'm hella bullish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Uh,
looks so good. I
yeah,
love the iced out bow on your head. Looks so cool.
That's dope.
man, that is so dope. I can just change my if you go to my page and look at my good morning post with my avatar with the big pink, bro, right? And so I can change it into the grill and to the rainbow visors, right? Glasses for a good morning post if you want me to tag you in it, right? But
Oh yeah, that'd be
then,
awesome.
yes, I get a lot of engagement and views too. But here's the deal: you gotta give me early alpha on what you're
Oh
gonna.
yeah, of course. Here, let me DM you so I have you in my DMs.
There you go. Look, I'm losing my voice, but not my wrist. You guys pay attention.
There we
Tick,
go.
let's go.
Let's go. So yeah, this popped up on my timeline yesterday. Somebody had came through and mogified my profile picture. And dude, this is the coolest thing I've seen in a minute. I love these little AI agents that work by tagging. And so yeah, please tell us about what you got here. Tell us about the project and what you guys are
Thanks.
doing.
Yeah, I'll give you a little bit of background, not to be too boring, but it actually started as it was gonna be a Sui project. It started off just being Pokemon trainers. I don't know if you can probably remember a couple weeks ago when they announced that Pokemon was all going to be on Sui, and
Mm-hmm.
this was all just making Pokemon trainers. And then I was about to launch that project on Sui, and that was the day that the I forget what their Dex is called got hacked and all the liquidity
Oh,
got drained. So
Cetus,
it
yeah.
turned into a Solana. Yeah, Cetus, the Cetus hack. So that's how it became a Solana project.
Oh, well,
But if
volume's on
that's all fixed,
Solana.
maybe I'll bring
Yeah.
it back.
Yeah,
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 true.
yeah, for sure. Sui's definitely like the future with like NFTs and this type of tech, but the volume is on Solana. So,
Yeah.
yeah, but and that's just for right now. Who knows? Like the trend is we've watched Solana go from $220 to $150. So the
Hold up,
trend.
hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up here. I'm going to tell you something. Solana may have the volume, but it also has thousands of coins and projects on there. And this is where it's making a difference. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy, but Sui is ready to flip Ethereum in monthly stablecoin transactions.
Yeah, I think long term Sui is going to be the winner, without a doubt.
Yeah.
So there is 16.1 million stablecoin transactions in ETH right now. Sui is following up as number two, 14 million, and ramping up, right? So let that sink in.
But I
So
mean, Solana's got all the eyes though. Like if you launch something on Pump Fund and
yeah, for
like
nothing.
it's so
Yeah,
many
but
people.
It's
but look,
true.
there's no degening. The degen chain is definitely going to be solved. Now that's where I was going next. I hold Solana. I hold tokens on Solana because Solana has something that no other chain has, and it has those degens that are just willing to eat every token and ape left and right, and that is a part of the volume on Solana. I'm bullish on that. I'm bullish on the people doing this, like the casino, right? And there needs to be a chain that does that because clearly there's volume for that, right? There's demand for that. So yes, Sui is not so much a chain for that. It is very much a chain that wants to have these stablecoins transactions, and that's for a reason. But that's also for another space, then, right? So I bullish on both for different reasons, right? But I just wanted to clearly the volume, yes, of course, but the volume doesn't say all. You can have 1 million volume for 100 tokens, or you can have 6 million volume for 1,000. There's still a difference there in the breakdown. Yeah.
So
You got to tell me though, man. This tech, I love the technology. It kind of reminds me of Professor Nut, the Nutting Professor, Pro Nut Soul, which works the same way by tagging the agent. It creates an image that's automated. And so, can you go through the tech real quick and describe to us, basically, maybe how you came up with it and what the
yeah,
utility
so it was
does?
totally inspired by the Mog PFP bot that does the same thing but with Mog glasses.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it all came from. It just runs every 2 minutes, checks for mentions, and then it looks up the hashtag. You can register your own styles on stylexpfp.com. So there's over 30, I think. I don't think anybody else has posted any. I've done all of them.
Wow.
So there's like you can have like your PFP with their family. It'll like generate a family. You can generate your there's like a guacamole where you get your own brand of guacamole. Like there's those like random ass stuff on there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the Mog one is what really caught on.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know a lot of people in the Mog community, and it just works so well with all the grills and stuff that were coming up yesterday.
Mm.
So it's really the perfect time to drop this project.
Yeah.
The plan is to, I'm going to add a field where you can drop your Solana address on the prompt, and the top performing prompts will get rewarded. This all obviously depends on the coin being successful, but I'd like to reward people for the most viral prompts and spreading the StyleX styles.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna love to play with this because I do a lot with the Professor Nut one, the Pro Nut Soul one. I do a lot, and so I'm gonna love playing around with this. This is very sick.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I haven't seen Professor Nut.
Yeah, the handle is Pro Nut Soul, PRONUTSOL. The ticker is Pro
Cool.
Nut. And the way that it works is you any image that like you want to modify, you reply to the thread with you start it off by tagging it, and it's at pronut, and then you say
Yeah.
style this image as. So that's like the syntax when you say style this image as, and you could say like a Lego character that's rendered in
Oh, so you can
3D.
say
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
I've even done shit where I've like added like logos and banners, or like reimagined a character, or like changed an accessory on a character so that I could like borrow it for content or whatever. And it's actually capable of stuff like that. It watermarks the image, but taking that image, saving it locally, and then bringing it into either another model or an image editing program is incredibly easy and works so well. So and it's a free way to generate images for me sometimes when I don't have any generations available on my more high powered models. I'll just go ahead and use the ProNut model because I believe it runs on GPT 4. I think it runs on a high GPT model, Chat GPT.
Yeah, that's what we're doing too, is the GPT
Yeah.
4.0.
Yeah, dude, and the result of the GPT stuff is so next level, man. It's a lot less hallucinations, and
Yeah,
the
I can't even use
attention,
Grok anymore, dude. I
bro.
started off with
Everything,
Grok, it was
yeah,
awesome, but
yeah, it's
not even on the
crazy.
same level.
The evolution of the last 2 months, we are light years ahead of where we were in terms of what the AI models can do right now, and it's so exciting. I love it. Well,
Yeah, I
I
always think about that. The evolution of Will Smith eating spaghetti is like my favorite
dude,
benchmark.
yes, I love it. It's a 1 year evolution. You see in the first one, and the eyeballs are flying all over the place, and the spaghetti's going everywhere. And then you see
Yeah.
1 year later, and it's like it just looks like all put together, nicely tight knit. Just video of him eating a bowl of spaghetti. It's normal, but yeah, that's such a great comical example.
Yeah, I'd love to come up with a way to, like, I don't know if it's going to be cost prohibitive. I haven't done enough
Mm-hmm.
research yet, but add video into this. Wow, with
Yeah,
like maybe VO or something, get people in
ProNut
there like active
ProNuts
GM. Go ahead.
ProNuts talking about trying to do that. I know because I asked them and they said, "Oh yeah, that's like in the works or whatever." So you might want to link up with them. Talk to them because the the group that it's a part of is called PAL, like PAAL. So and my memes AI. So maybe if you go on my memes,
Yeah, I'm looking at
see,
that site right now. This is
yeah,
really cool.
yeah, my memes dot
Yeah,
This is
AI.
legit.
they are working off of PAL AI,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So I maybe contact them. The Gent is one of the devs, I believe. The
Okay,
Gent. So
cool.
THE and then GENT. And since you're working the same type of space as them, and you're on Solana as well, it never hurts to message someone and just be like, "Hey man, like this is my project. This is what I'm doing." And let's talk. If I was you, go on to the ProNut Solana page on the X and tag ProNut and do the ice smog RGB to the ProNut images so that they see you, so you get some attention,
Oh
so
hell
that they
yeah, get
notice
that
you. Yeah,
cross
yeah,
promotion there.
yes, dude.
Yeah, I love that.
Yes, there you go. That's the way to do it. Right on. Well, anyway, man. Oh, we do have to wrap up this space though, unfortunately, because
Yeah,
I do
thanks
have
for
to
having
get.
me up so much.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for joining us, man. That is so awesome. I'm
Yes.
I'm 10 times, I'm 1,000 times more bullish on this project now after talking to you. I can't wait to see what comes next. So thank you for
Oh
taking the
yeah,
time to join us.
and I'll try. You said you'll have another space later. I'll try and hop on that too.
Yeah. We do this every day, and we live stream on X and on YouTube at the same time, right? So yeah, that's what we do. And then also, if we really like it, then we just cut it up for shorts, and send it to Instagram, TikTok, and the YouTube Shorts. So it's not just your one run of the
Oh,
mill
hell yeah.
space we
Yeah.
got here,
Mm-hmm.
right? We have many more viewers on YouTube and on the X live stream that are sometimes here in the room here with us, right? So, because I think it's important for people to also see the visuals about what we talk about. So we can pull up charts, we can pull up your website, we can pull up your X account, right? Or anything that you want to have us guided to or give attention to. So we do this for free. We do not get paid by any projects. We just like to be a platform that gives a little bit of a microphone to new startups and communities that kind of need a hand, right? And then so we can distinguish, especially on Solana, I think important to distinguish the project that actually have a voice, and then maybe add some legitimacy for their communities, right? Because it's really hard for some of these communities to get attention on Solana, right? And I think it's hard work on Solana, and so need a hand, right? So yeah, let's do the
Yeah,
outro.
what's the ticker? Yeah, what's the ticker? Where's it at? What is the ticker? Where's it at? I got crypto in the bag, send the CA in the chat. Gonna ape another fact. Got a runner on the map, Solana sniping like a gat. And the Soe is moving quickly. I'm the squeezing where they at. I'm trying to bring the Mimquins back. 1,000X is gonna land. I got him chilling in the back, and the gas fees are gonna slap. Where's the ticker? Where's it at?
Yes, thank you everybody for coming. Follow each other, the people on stage, but also to the left and to the right into the room, right? Thank you for people on YouTube and on the X live stream for joining. We'll be here tomorrow again. Tick.
Hey, thank you so much, you guys. Stay bullish. We'll see you tomorrow.